everyone. I'm Sylvia Castañeda. Thanks so much for joining me today for our News 2 Gives Back Hometown Hero Spotlight presented by Nashville Subaru. And as you can see, we are coming to you today from Nashville Subaru, where we're honoring our hometown hero for November. It is the Tennessee chapter of the American Rosie the Riveter Association and the beautiful Rosies that they represent. This nonprofit basically not only honors the history, but the legacy of these working women volunteers during World War II. And we always honor our heroes with lunch. And our Rosie the Riveter folks here locally decided to pay those lunches forward to veterans in Dixon. I am so honored, you all, to have with me Laura Ranta, who is the Tennessee State Director of the chapter here in Tennessee representing Rosies. Talk to me about who these wonderful women are and what you do to honor them.
The Rosies were the women who went to work in traditional man's jobs during World War II. So as a whole, we call them all Rosies, it's a lump name, I know, but it includes every woman that went to the home front and did man's jobs, whether it was welding, riveting, working in the shipyards, typing and taking all the orders, being runners. They worked in the munitions plants, they worked in the shipyards. It's amazing what they did. They went to the aircraft places and worked on the airplanes. These women built the tools that were needed for World War II for us to win the war.
And these women were young, right?
Oh gosh, yes. Some of them were as young as 15 or 16.
Talk to us about the jobs that these Rosies did. You kind of mentioned it, but some of these jobs were really dangerous.
Some were very dangerous. Some of them, the ladies worked in the munitions plants, and they would put the women down in the pits just in case something went wrong. So they wouldn't be losing a man, they would be losing a woman. Women were also trained, if they wanted to fly planes. And the purpose of that was once the plane was finished, the women then would fly it to their destination of where the men needed it for the war. And the whole point behind that was if something went wrong with the plane, they were losing a woman, not a man.
Wow. These women were so brave, and finally, after 80 years, 8 decades, folks, the U.S. government finally honored them. Talk to us about what happened this summer.
Okay, so in April, the women of World War II home front, World War II Rosies, were honored with a Congressional Gold Medal honoring all the millions of women that went to work in the home front. The Congressional Gold Medal actually came out and was done in 2020, but because of COVID, they had to wait for the ceremony to happen. So consequently, 4 years later, we lost a lot of Rosies in the process of that, including one of the ladies who was very instrumental in getting it done. But they had 27 World War II Rosies in DC this April to be there in person.
It was
presented.
And it was such a beautiful ceremony. I saw photos.
Beautiful.
So talk to me about your connection. You have a very special connection to a Rosie.
My connection is my mom was a riveter bucker. A bucker was the person on the other side of the riveter bucking the pins as they came into the plane. So you could not see your partner. You worked in partners. You had a riveter bucker, and that was what she did. But she left home at 18, right after she graduated high school, went from a little tiny town in Wisconsin all the way out to Omaha, Nebraska, and started working at a war plant and worked on B-26 and B-29s.
Well, we are so happy about what you do to preserve the legacy and the history of these women. And I want to bring in Coleman Martin now, who is the co-owner and corporate strategist for Nashville Subaru, and you have a few words to say.
Yes, thank you so much, Lauren, for Laura, for all the work that you've done. And what an amazing thing to be a part of such a prestigious and historic legacy. This is so amazing, that all of the work that you do in Middle Tennessee, and it's an amazing organization. It truly is.
Thank you.
Yes. Your thoughts.
Oh my gosh.
There you are.
I am humbled and honored to be accepting this award on behalf of our local World War II Rosies in Nashville, but also in the state of Tennessee, and Rosies everywhere in the country.
Talk to me about this. But talk to me about this. There are more Rosies out there, even though these women are in their 90s and more.
Hundreds. We know the Rosies are out there. We just have to find them. A lot of them don't even know that they were Rosies. They don't know until they see the news or programs like this. So we really want to find them. We want to still get their stories, even if they're deceased. We want to get their stories from their descendants. We want to keep pushing their legacy forward. We want to instill this work ethic and everything else in our young people and let them know that these Rosies really shaped America.
So true. And you're also looking for Rosies in southern Kentucky as well, right? You cover that territory.
Yes, we cover southern Kentucky as well. I am the Tennessee State Director, but I also cover Kentucky as well.
So how can folks reach out to you to get their Rosie stories told?
They can reach out to me locally with my email, which will be on the website, but also to the American Rosie the Riveters Association, which is nationwide. And if they know people in other states, they can reach out to the association and help get them listed as well.
Because when these Rosies are gone, they're gone. There's not going to be any more Rosies on down the line.
No, there won't be. They will be gone. And we really have to preserve their legacy and honor them now. And that's why we're trying to find them, get them in the spotlight, give them some of this recognition that they so well deserved and never got.
Well, Laura, thank you for what you do. And folks, there is so much more, believe it or not, to these Rosies stories. So when you get a chance, visit our website, WKRN.com, click on Local on 2, then click on 2 Gives Back, where you will see a short video and meet 3 Middle Tennessee Rosies who are 96, 98, and 100 years young. They all played a wonderful role in making sure that this war ended, especially one who literally had her hand in the mechanism that ended this war. So you really have to see these women's stories and learn a little bit more about World War II history through their eyes. So again, thank you so much for joining us today for our News 2 Gives Back Hometown Hero Spotlight presented by Nashville Subaru. We hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next time.